Hello. About a year back, I published a book titled as Irresistible Workplaces. You might have seen in most of my videos, it's lying by my side. And many people have asked me about what this book is all about. So I thought in this video, I'll share what that book is all about. If you look at the cover of this book, Irresistible Workplaces, it says at the cover itself, practical strategies to build organizations where people want to be. Nowhere else, doing nothing else, with nobody else. And this is what this book is all about. When we say people want to be, who are we talking about? We are talking about every possible stakeholder. From employers to employees, to clients, to vendors, to government, to various service providers. Everyone, all these people want to associate with this organization. Whenever we say irresistible workplaces, most of the time, idea that comes up is, it is for employees to be at that place. No, it's for everyone. Then comes nowhere else, because they find that organization so wonderful to associate with, because all that is happening in that organization vis-a-vis that particular stakeholder is so exciting that they don't want to leave that. Then doing nothing else, the kind of engagement that you have with such organization is what is encouraging, constantly encouraging. And lastly, with nobody else, people who are there in the organization are such that you want to remain associated with them. So it is from the context of multiple stakeholders. Each one of the stakeholders is drawing something meaningful out of that organization. So let us start with employers and look at each aspect of them. And then perhaps later I'll create a series of videos as to how an irresistible organization can be created, summarizing my book in multiple videos. So start with employers. What does it mean for employers to be in that organization? Because they are doing something meaningful. They are doing something with a purpose, with a vision. And understand that it is not limiting to making money. Making money is important because every organization needs to generate those surpluses, so important. But money is a byproduct of the work that you do. Money is a byproduct of the value that add to the whole ecosystem. So that is from the context of employers. And I would like to make a mention of Golden Circle of Simon Sinek, where he says, why, how, and what. That is how an organization must be formed. If the why is clear, everything else starts falling into place. So this is from the context of employers. Then comes government. Government is encouraging that kind of vision and purpose. Government is ready to support because they know the value that this organization will add to the ecosystem of the place or to the larger context of the world. It will be so empowering, so positive that it will add a lot for the generations or the years to come. And that's why government supports such organizations. They buy into the vision, they buy into the purpose of the organization. Classic example that comes to my mind is shifting of Tata Nano plant from one place to another, because the new place where they brought in the Tata Nano factory, Tata Nano factory, the idea was to create something meaningful at the new place. And that's why the government was so happy, so readily agreed to create that space, create that opportunity for them. Then comes the third aspect, which is vendors. I was listening to one person about his organization. Very interesting thing that he mentioned, that in our organization, there is a system to remind vendors that you have not yet submitted your invoice, which has to be paid. Now, do you think organizations or the vendors would like to associate with such an organization where their payments are processed by getting reminded. Obviously, it will happen. But it's more than the payment. It's the kind of engagement that takes place in that organization, the kind of conversations that happen, kind of questions that are asked, kind of negotiations that take place. It is never win-lose mentality from the organization side. Understand that most of the time, organization is at a higher pedestal to extract from vendors, most of the time. But organizations which are irresistible workplaces, they do not talk from that context. They always talk from win-win context. So this is from the perspective of vendors. Now comes the most important element of any organization, employees. They want to work in that organization because they get challenged, their mind, their faculties, their potential gets challenged. The kind of opportunities that come their way are so exciting that they want to continue to add value in that organization. Kind of association they have with people around in that organization is so good that they want to work in that place. Kind of compensation, kind of comforts which are provided. Comfort not in the sense that they are made comfortable. Kind of benefits which are provided to them, they are kept at the back of the mind of the organization while designing those packages. So if all this is happening, tell me, who would not like to associate with such an organization? And that's what I call an irresistible workplace. Now, very important aspect that I'm mentioning, irresistible workplace is not a destination, it's a journey. Because once you achieve one standard, you don't stop. You raise your standards. That's why irresistible workplace is a journey to undertake. I hope you captured some ideas, and that will encourage you to create your organization as an irresistible workplace. I'll continue my conversation in my upcoming videos.